everyone, I'm Tim Nangle. Welcome to the Meals Insights Breakout. Thanks so much for joining us today. I'm super excited to have you here. During our time together, I'm going to give you a quick overview of the portfolio and our performance over the last 12 months. After that, I'm going to pitch it over to Brad and Stephanie in business development, who are going to take you through some details on some exciting innovation we have planned in fiscal 22. After that, we'll come back live together and answer any questions that you have. Before I jump into the content of the presentation, though, I want to stop and thank you. I know it's been an incredibly tough last 12 months. There's been service issues, out of stocks, allocations, and no doubt some grumpy customers along the way. Your energy and effort on the Meals Insights portfolio every day has helped us win share in 5 out of 6 categories where we compete. I know it's not always easy, but you've allowed us to beat our competition and win in the categories where we compete. It's been really hard, but your efforts have been noticed, and they're greatly appreciated by me and by the entire Meals Insights team. Thank you so much for everything that you do. Pivoting into the content of the presentation, I just wanted to give you a quick overview of the portfolio. The Meals Insights team competes with a number of large brands that compete nationally, like Chef Boyardee and Armour, but also strong regional brands like Wolf Brand Chili and Ranch Style Beans. These brands are important to Conagra, and they're important to our customers too. In fiscal 21, these brands will deliver $1.3 billion in net sales and about $400,000 in gross profit annually. And this year, those brands will be consumed by about 90 million households nationally, and those 90 million households will spend about $2 billion this year on our brands and products. Given the size and scope of this portfolio, it's important that it's strong, both for us and for our customers. Our brands compete in 6 primary categories: shelf-stable meals, prepared chili, beans, refried beans, ready-to-serve soup, and canned meats. COVID has driven an increased consumption as people have migrated consumption and eating inside and away from restaurants. That's happened across the categories where we compete. But encouragingly, our brands are growing share in the categories. We're growing faster than competition, and we're winning. And we're winning due to great work by operations and supply chain and by you. This momentum positions us well as we pivot into fiscal 22 and prepare to keep the momentum going on these brands. As we get into it, we've got 3 exciting innovations to talk to you about that we think will help position us well and keep us growing through to next year. These are Gardein Chili, microwavable bean cups, and the Armour Snack Kit. Over the last 12 months, we spent time working with our demand science team to understand consumer behavior and what pockets of growth will be sustained post-pandemic. We identified 3 primary areas to focus our innovation efforts. First, around plant-based eating, second, around convenience, and third, around snacking. Within plant-based, we've seen plant-based offerings in frozen, in refrigerated, and in shelf-stable grow consistently over the past few years. They've won share from their meat-based analogs. We think that trend will continue into the future, and we're excited to be launching Gardein Chili, building on the success from last year's Gardein Soup launch. Shifting to convenience, we're excited to be able to offer new convenient offerings of tried and true recipes. Consumers have spent the last 12 months eating and cooking at home, and as the world opens up, we think they'll be looking for new, exciting ways to enjoy those family favorites on the go in a convenient and portable way, and we're excited to give that to them. And then third, with snacking. Snacking has been a mega trend in food for a long time. We've innovated to provide offerings that are more convenient and give consumers a way to enjoy their favorites on the go during any occasion, between meals or during meals. I'm now going to pitch it over to Brad. Brad's going to take us through the details and insights around Gardein Chili. Brad, take it away.
Hello, I'm Brad Bender, Business Development Manager for Chili, and welcome to my penthouse where I've compromised on exactly nothing. If you're like me, sometimes in life you don't want to compromise. Sometimes you want to have it all. Like when I was buying this palatial penthouse, the agent asked me, Brad, do you want to buy those really expensive paintings on the wall as well? Or do you want that solid gold piano over in the corner? I responded with yes. And right now, the most no-compromise area in food is plant-based meat. People are discovering that they can still have their favorite burger. Burgers are one of the primary ways that consumers first try plant-based meat. So who eats plant-based meat anyway? Is it a food just for vegans or vegetarians? Absolutely not. The vast majority of consumption of plant-based meat, 78%, is from those who also eat meat. This shows that plant-based meats have wide appeal and achieve crossover interest from both vegans and carnivores. Basically everybody. The sky is the limit on the demand. Now let's zoom into a category that has historically been all about the meat, chili. ConAgra knows chili really well. After all, we're the world's number 2 chili company with number 1 or number 2 chili share across regions across the United States. The chili category is on fire, and it's a good category to be in, with $600 million in retail sales, a 4.5% 3-year CAGR, and 17% growth year over year. Within the category, let's discuss what's driving the growth. Meat-based chili. Think traditional chili, with and without beans from brands like Wolf, Nally, and Denison's, who are growing 3% year over year on average, compared to the 4.5% 3-year CAGR growth rate I mentioned before. It's doing well, but other parts are growing faster. Vegetarian chilies from these major brands are growing faster than meat-based chilies. These are chilies that remove the meat, and they keep the beans and the vegetables, and sometimes they like to add textured vegetable protein to provide a partial meat-like experience. These chilies are growing 8% annually, nearly twice as fast as the category growth. The fastest growing segment of the chili category is coming from Amy's Chili, which is an organic recipe of chili that keeps the traditional base of tomato, beans, and spice, but replaces the meat with tofu. Amy's Chili sales are up 19% on a 3-year basis and up 35% year over year. But these vegetarian chilies leave something to be desired. First, they don't provide the same meaty eating experience of traditional meat chilies, either because they're missing the meat entirely or because the textured vegetable protein or tofu they use is bland or is poor texture. The second reason is because they're missing the top chili flavors, namely no bean. All current vegetarian chilies use beans because, let's just face it, an entire bowl of tofu just doesn't deliver nearly the same meat eating experience that a true meaty no bean recipe has. The third reason is that they're often lacking the third-party credentials that are becoming increasingly common with modern health foods, specifically non-GMO project verification, as well as a clear vegan designation. To summarize, plant-based chilies like Amy's are growing 6 times the speed of meat chilies, but they still have some big performance gaps. It's like buying a 40th floor condo and getting 1 swimming pool. It's good, but it could be much better. That's why ConAgra is introducing Gardein Chili, the first no-compromise, plant-based, meat alternative chili that lets consumers have it all. That's because Gardein plant-based chili is made with Gardein plant-based beef grounds, which has the taste, the texture, and the appearance of traditional animal meat chili, but made entirely from plants. So let's go ahead and pop open the hood, or in this case, the Easy O lids, and take a look at the features of the Gardein plant-based chili. The first thing you'll notice are the Gardein plant-based beef grounds. They're made from soy and other vegetable protein. They're specifically designed to maintain the bite and the texture where other vegan meats have a tendency to break down and get mushy. Gardein beef is packed with the same salty, umami beef flavor you expect from ground beef, which means that Gardein delivers the taste, the texture, and the appearance of real beef in every bowl. The chili base, it's a classic recipe. It's a blend of tomato, garlic, onion, paprika, and chili powder. It's not too spicy or sweet. It's designed to be a familiar chili flavor that'll satisfy stomachs from coast to coast. So what's the key feature of meat? It's protein, right? These recipes have a ton of plant-based protein from beef grounds in both flavors, as well as from the beans in the with beans flavor. There are 26 and 28 grams of protein in the 2 cans, which is more protein per can than Amy's medium chili. Next, the 2 flavors, with bean and no bean, are modeled after the same recipes available from all major meat chili brands. With beans